So, Oliver expressed the desire to hear you react on what you just saw, but that might be one of the most difficult films to react like right away. So, unless there is a pressing question already, I can start with a few ones. But I remember getting out of the theater in Cannes, and I think the first thing I wanted to was to walk in the forest alone for a few hours. This is a really potent and shocking film in a way. During a discussion with between you and Ben Rivers earlier this afternoon, you mentioned that there was some kind of original image that you kept in you for very long, because this project started a long time ago. Could you tell a little bit what that first image was?
Yes, I mean, one of the first images, I mean, I was living in Tangier for 5 years, and I started to plan to go to live to the south, and I don't know what was earlier. I had images of trucks crossing the desert, and yes, these were the first ones. When I was dancing in raves, yeah, I always was like, I mean, dancing, closing the eyes, and like developing these images. These tracks, they were all the time dancing with me, you know. And after I got other images, you know. I mean, for me, I think also is a structural image. This image of the Kaaba, you know, when the Hajis, they are like turning around Kaaba, and from this we go through these white lines, you know, and we see these tracks like deserting, you know, going through the desert. This, yeah, or the shot of the mountain after the fall of the car, you know, that we see these two tracks really small, really thin, yeah, like in this like horrendous mountain, you know, this inhabited mountain, you know.
Why do you say horrendous?
I mean, not horrendous. I mean, like alive, we'll say, you know, like yes. That's one of the things I like from landscape in Morocco. You know, I went to live on a place really near the Atlas Mountains in the south, and it's this. I mean, this wounded landscape. You know,
Wounded.
Yeah, you feel the violence of the erosion of the weather you feel the creation of the planet. You know, you feel this you know, this violence, and it's curious because you feel serene being on these places that they are so violent. You know, you feel so, you know, you feel you are small, and I think it's. I mean, in my case, I like to have these feelings. You know.
So you had experiences going to free parties in Moroccan deserts, or?
Yeah. I mean, usually European ravers, they like to go to Morocco in winter. It's cold in Europe, and they have a really strong interest to the other. I mean, after living 10, 12 years in Morocco, I mean, the ravers were the only ones that I saw that they had an interest to the other, that they really understood the other. That, I mean, they were the only ones that they were. I knew people living for 30 years that they don't even any word, and they were like trying to speak in Shalha, in Berber, in Darija. I mean, so that's when I started to meet them and to respect them. They also like to go to Morocco to fix their cars, their trucks. There are like 3-4 garages that are specialists for travelers to fix them cars since the 70s, you know.
Could you tell a little bit about how the whole setting of a Third World War appeared in the script, and more generally how you developed the script from these first images that you just described?
It was a little bit like it is in the film, you know, just like 3-4 signs that something is happening. That was risky, you know. I mean, in a way, this film, it's dialogues. In a way, we were inspired by the American cinema from the 70s that was really existentialist and, you know, all this genre. I mean, Two-Lane Blacktop, Vanishing Point, or Easy Rider.
All road action movies.
Yeah, and but we are Europeans. We don't know to make these films. We don't have the craft, you know. I mean, my DOP never shoot an advertisement of cars, or I mean, we don't know to put a camera on a I mean, so that was the thing. How to make a genre film, knowing that we don't have the craft, we don't have the money, and we have a different to do it with a different sensitivity, but was dangerous to do something crap, you know, something precarious.
Precarious. Yeah.
So relating with these signs was also a danger, you know, that was not enough to evoke that we are in a kind of decadent time. So yes, I think it works. We don't need much to know much more, you know. I mean, we know, all of us, we know the world we are living, you know. I mean, it's what I mean. Nowadays we are living in this.
Right.
You know.
That film is happening in our present.
Yeah, totally. When at some point we are writing these scripts in 2015. At some point we were thinking that probably for the rave scene, when the militaries arrive, we were thinking to dress them like astronauts. We were thinking that a pandemic could happen in the film. So at this moment, we were like, Santiago and me, no, this is not logic. I mean, it's too much. Nobody will believe it. And when COVID arrives, we were like, oh, come on. I mean, we have to take distance from this, you know? And so, yeah.
Maybe to bring Sergi in the discussion, how did you feel when you read the script, and what made you want to embody Luis and to participate to this crazy project?
To what?
To this crazy project.
Yeah, it's a crazy project.
It's crazy.
Well, you know, I'm just an actress. So, for an actor.
Actor.
Come on. No. Relax. No, that. And for me, you know, it's a gift, it's a treasure, it's a privilege that I have to read things, and I cannot do everything that I received. So there is an enormous privilege in this job, and all do you want is to read something that you cannot explain. You have not the answer. So so I when I read the screenplay, and I think a little bit that, like, I don't know, but maybe the public too, and I start to read it, and in the middle of the story, well, not in the middle, but something happened, you know, poof, what's that? What happened? What's the fact? You know, and that shocks me. And so at the beginning, you have to breathe, and okay, we will. And after the story goes to another way, and well, when I finished the screenplay, I was completely
like everyone,
like them, completely taxidermied, yeah, like you, but alive. Still alive, and that's what I love to when you read. I don't have ideas before, and I love this idea to leave me go to the story and be surprised. And I was a little bit surprised, even very surprised, even if I was not sure that I was able to play it. You know, sobre todo? Overall. Overall, you know, the scene with the car and what happened after, this idea of the extremely pain and to cross this infierno, hell, yes, one way to hell, yeah. And so I don't know how can I do that. But it was, well, that's my job. My job is not to find solutions, but to try to jump to the abyss, to jump to the abyss and try to find something, and that's what I try. But for me, the first, I'm very, the only thing I have, because I'm not a very cinephile.
Yeah. Cinephile.
I'm not really very cinephile, so the only thing I have is my intuition. And my intuition was that I had to go to the desert.
It's funny because one of your first famous film, which I think it's from '97, is called Western.
Yeah, but it's not a Western, it's an Eastern.
It's an Eastern.
No? You say that it's not in the West, in this.
Could you tell a little more about your experience in working with mainly non-professional actors, and also and also the condition of like the desert, and how difficult it must have been to.
Well, difficult. You know. No, we are the actors. When we finish to shoot, they put you in a pickup and they bring you to the hotel. So,
I mean,
you know, but it was no.
The hotel looks far.
What?
The hotel looks quite far.
Sometimes we were sleeping in tents. I mean,
yes, no, that is true. The shooting was really intense, very intense, very intense. But not you know. It was hot. We are 30.
Thirsty.
Oh, thirsty.
Thirsty.
Yeah, it's a desert.
Thirsty, and but all that things, when you have to play, it's a little bit. You have to be a little bit crazy. Because play, you know, I have to try to put life in a character who is called Luis. I'm not Luis, and all the people know I'm not Luis. All the crew know. The son is not Esteban. His name is Bruno, and it's not my son. So everything is not. But you have to have faith. So all this idea, this intensity of the nature, that help you to try to be a little bit in trance, like the ravers, to go something, well, to take faith and try to play that. So all the things, the worst thing, the intensity of this nature, for me was a help to play.
And Oliver, why was it important for you to have this polarity between non-professional actors and a professional actor? And like in general, could you talk a little bit about the process of casting all the people that we see?
You know, I mean, I'm used to work with non-professional actors, but it's just because the films I did, they were asking me for this, you know. In this case, we needed, I mean, I had like 7 characters. It was too much. You know, I really like to work with non-professional actors because, I mean, when you put a camera in front of them, the energy is really fresh. Their vulnerability, their fragility, it's beautiful. I mean, I like this. We are fragile. We like this, spectators. But working with non-professional actors is tough. You need time, I mean, they came to my home, Sergi came to, you make a family, you build a confidence. But in a way, it's like having an old car, you know, in order that you put on the car, you have to go outside the car, you have to push the car, you know. So and the car stops, and you have to push it again. You have to look for a, how do you say, in a
Slope.
yeah. With working with Sergi, you are the co-pilot, and you say, Sergi, so Sergi, you have to go there to this mountain, you have to cry, you have to, and you can have a nap, you know. Mainly he's driving, you know. But working with Sergi is not, I mean, his technique is really, but he's, the way, I mean, he can work building a mask, but he's is more able to erase the mask, to put off the mask, you know, to be natural, to be himself, to be a zero in a way, to be like the ravers, you know. He did this work of, you know, of not being an actor in a way, you know, and to give himself to his intuition. You know? The way you work, Sergi, is not intellectual. You don't imagine, okay, as you say, I'm Luis. One of the most beautiful things that I hear you is talking about the memory of the body, you know, that sometimes you just start to play and your body is telling you things, giving you answers, you know. Yeah. So, yes. And I like people. I don't care if they are professional actors or no professional actors, you know. I mean, I need to be touched by the people I shoot. And I think even if it's a hard film, I mean, it's quite painful sometimes, but one of the things that makes a balance and makes, on a sacred way, on a subtle way, makes spectator feel I'm not a sadistic filmmaker is that we feel, I think they feel we love the people we are shooting. Mm-hmm. Also the use of the music, I mean, in the film, the stylistic choices makes a balance with this pain that is on the film too.
I have maybe one last question, and then I open it to you. But I wonder, it's a little bit of a trapped question, but it's a like pseudo-naive question. But why was it important for you to write or to make the film from the perspective of the father and not the child?
I don't know. I mean, when we write a film, when we make a film, in a way we are talking about ourselves, and it's something that I'm understanding now. This film is about a man who is looking he's looking for love, he's looking for a place in life, and possibly it's about myself. I'm doing this, you know. Also looking for a family, looking for love. I don't know. I was more identified, you know, like to him than to a child, you know. Yeah. So life, I think, the way life works is that he advise you. I mean, there is a mechanism in life that is crisis. Crisis is the way that life has to, in order that you connect with your essence, that you look inside, you know. At the beginning of your life is candle, and he whispers you, he says things to you, you know. But when you have an age and you didn't do the work, life slaps you in the face, you know. But for good purpose. Life wants to take care of you, but sometimes she needs to shake you, you know. So this film was, in a way, my purpose was to obviously to take care of a spectator, and the best way was to shake him a little bit, you know. I think, you know, and to myself, I wanted to make a film. I wanted to make a ritual. I wanted them to experiment death. I wanted to feel small, you know, and to invite the spectator to this thing that I think is healthy, you know, to experiment your own death, you know. I think it's something that revitalizes us, that makes us speaks to life with more intensity. No, today probably, I mean, this film is like a strong massage, You know, I'm taking like, you know, where is there is, and I'm like, and for probably most of you, we want to kill the massages today, but tomorrow you will be fine. 2 days, 3 days. Believe me, it's a healthy film. Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe someone has a reaction. Yeah, in the middle. Just wait for the microphone. So. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you very much, Sergi Lopez, Oliver Laxe, for this film.
Where are you?
Here.
Hey.
Hey, how are you? Wanted to ask about the music, so the role that the music has in the film. It opens with the building of the speakers, and the last shot is the speaker almost looking at the characters. Very hypnotic. Also, music in the film brings life, but also has this almost sort of terrifying effect on the characters, but also on the audience. Just curious if you can talk a little bit more about the role of the music in the film. Thank you.
So first I had the images, and after I went to dance these images to raves. So I was developing this imaginary, you know, dancing. So we can say that music was at the beginning of the conception of the images, you know. And when I write my scripts, the way I write is not really canonic, you know. I not make like the regular scripts, because I work with images, you know. I think ontology of cinema is images. So the way I write is with Santiago, it's really atmospheric, you know, about energies, atmospheres, and the music is about atmosphere. So from the beginning, we are like near music, and also I add the links of music that inspires me, that I could buy the rights, as I did with my previous film. But in this case, I had the opportunity to pay a musician, and so I did a casting, and I was looking for someone who could dialogue with rave culture, you know, with this cathartical music, really related with folk traditional music, trance music. And also for the second part, someone also who has the sensitivity to work with a more ambient electronic music, more near sacred music, you know, more ethereal, more transcendental. And David Letelier, Camden Ray was perfect for this. I mean, so we were working on the music like 1 year before the shooting. I'm a really slow filmmaker. I take my time, and it was good to have the musical mood of the film before the shooting. We had like almost 60% of the music. So it was, I'm with Santiago writing, or now with David making the music, I think I'm achieving my zenith as an artist. I really grateful to them, you know, that and I discovered that I'm a musician in a way, doing this film. And for the next films, I think I will keep working on it. It's fragile always, you know. So it's you have to build a musical landscape, sonore landscape. In a way, you have to arrive to this moment, to this you have to listen the images, and you have to watch the sound. You know, it's and you know, the way I describe images, the grain, the textures, is the way we can describe music. You know, also the Camden Ray music has a lot of grain, distortion. You know, so yeah.
Too many.
I think we just released the album yesterday of the film. You can have it on, I don't know how, we will make also now and record.
Hello, My name is Tatiana. I didn't want to see the movie at the beginning because they told me a lot of bad things happen. And this is the third time I watch it, and I have to say I love it. I fall in love with Sirāt. And I wanted to ask you, how do you create those really hypnotic images? You know, I feel them that they are like poems or even like a mantra, you know, the rhythm and the cadencia. How do you say that in English?
Tempo.
Tempo, yeah. So how do you achieve that very hypnotical images?
First, I trust in cinema, I trust in images, and I trust in the spectators, you know? And I have the strength to protect the fragility of the first images I have in the creative process, you know? I was dancing these images, so imagine I was really connected with my inconscient and with the collective inconscient. You are on the dance floor, you are dancing with people who are fragile, you know, so you... And so I was working for 10 years in this film. So it's really easy during this process of script writing and production to put too much weight into the images, to instrumentalize images, to say things, to tell stories. And this is dangerous because at the end, the images are death. You know, most of images in films are dead; they're not alive. So I think the key thing of my cinema is like the images are not domesticated; they are wild. They have all the layers: symbolism, universal archetypes, sensoriality. You know, and it's a mystery, the relation between an image and human being, you know, your body, and I'm working on it, you know, and I think there is a huge space of exploration, of research, you know, about this, and yeah, art is about geometry, about proportions. It's just about this, you know, and to find this balance between your obligation to say something, but you want to evoke the best way to say something is evoking something, you know. You have to as a filmmaker, you are the worst enemy of your work. You need to stop at the right time, to don't put too much weight to your images. Yeah. So I can tell you, I can resume that it is an accident. You know, art is accidents. You know.
Here, yes.
David Lynch was a master doing this. You know, he really trusts on his images, and we don't understand his films, but we feel. He was making black sorcery. I hope I'm doing white one. With all my respect to him, obviously.
Oh shit. I'm still a bit like, what the fuck after what I just watched. But you talked about existentialism, you talked about decadence, but then you had this moment in the middle with the Kaaba and the Quran. And so I just wanted to understand, because that's like a contrary image to decadence or existentialism. I wanted to understand the place of that in the film. And also it was very nice to hear Ali's voice. I recognize it immediately.
Which voice?
Ali's voice, Ali Keeler.
Ali Keeler. What did you felt? What did you feel in that sequence? Can you answer yourself? I mean, I would like to know your opinion of what you felt.
For me, it was like, there's no sound except the human voice. It's like a purity of sound next to the grain of the music before. I don't know. That's kind of what it was for me in that moment.
Is a good answer. Yeah, I mean, I know Ali Killer. You know, I mean, obviously I'm dialoguing with a lot of films, people, critics, they were talking about several films, and it's true, you know. But at the end, what you do when you make a film is to look inside yourself and to assume yourself, you know. And I like Quran and I like techno music, you know. And I don't know if there is a link, but it's me.
You made the link.
Thank you. Religion comes from Latin to relegate, to religare, to evoke that things are more related than we think.
So, just one
They
last
are
question.
apparently separated, but they are not. Yes?
Just the microphone is coming. Yeah, it's coming.
I can hear you.
No, but
Thank you for sharing your work with us. It was an incredible film. I wanted to ask a question about the acting. You did an amazing job just living in this world. Yeah. And I wanted to know what it was like, that scene where the van rolls up, and that emotion that you were able to convey on screen was so palpable. And how were you able to get there? And what was the collaboration between both of you in creating that scene?
Do you want to answer? What? Do you want to answer?
Yes.
Good. Work a little bit,
What?
Sergi. Trabaja un poco.
No, but when you are talking, I'm working, eh? A lot, eh? A lot. I don't know. No, really, I don't know. You know, when I read the first time the screenplay and I read this scene, I thought it's impossible for me. I'm not sure I was able to play that. I was not sure nobody can play that. You know, it's so enormous that I don't know, wherever you do, you are playing. You are playing. I don't know, it was really weird to, but in this shooting, I have a little bit of revelation about that, about the idea. I have a relationship with my job before this movie, really
Light.
yes, light, no, but light in English is not like it's like the cheese. It's light, but, or beer, or cigarette, but very, I have a very ludic, playful, a relationship playful with my job, you know, to play, for me, it's a pleasure. And it was a pleasure, a little bit weird, but it was a pleasure for me to play this pain, this pain. But I was forced a little bit, I think, like the audience, when you see the movie, you are forced to look inside, you know, and I was not sure that I was able to do that. So I have only one choice. I have to jump inside and try. But at the end, I think, you know, my job is only about that, about try, because I learn because it's not finished. But I have the perception that play is a job that we try. We try things. We put our body to the service of the history. The service? Yes. The service of the history, and to try to jump to the abyss. to the abyss, and I don't know, you know, I think that my body, it's incredible, but my body, but your body too, our body, my body have a memory that I have not. You know, for me to play is not, when I was a kid, I thought the actors and the actresses, they are good, so they know. Though they have a result, you have an objective, and they do that well. But it's not about that, I think. When you try to be in a trance, like the ravers, and go inside that, and you can discover that your body have a memory, and I don't know, he have reactions that you don't imagine, you cannot imagine. I never fall down por culpa or because of pain. Never in my life. Never 1 second I think to my son when I have to play that. I have a son, I have a daughter, older than him, but I never thought that, because that blocks me to play. But to go inside like this, I don't know why. My body know something. I don't know if for my ancestrals, or I don't know, but he have a memory, and you know, it's something about. It's not something intellectual, and it's not a reflection that you. So well, I'm not sure. If you understand something. What?
In my case, it was really painful to write that scene. Really, really painful to write it, to make rehearsals. I was really afraid to the first times that we were making the rehearsals. I mean, I know that it was fake. I know that you are acting. We were in studios, but we were connecting to a really strong pain. Even making the edit of that scene or working on the music of that scene, I was like, I didn't want to do it. I was like, we were all the time when we were arriving to that scene, I was like, can we jump and we come back after, you know?
But it's incredible. But it was hard for you. It was hard for us, but it's hard for them, because, you know, no, because they know that it's not true. They know that we are playing. And whatever, when it's something weird, I think that it's wonderful what happened in the cinema. You know, all of us know that it's, we accept that it's a ritual. It's a ritual. It's a ritual. It's a movie. We want to see a history that is not true, but we are all of us agree that we will believe. We believe in that, and the things. It's the same thing when you play. When you play, you know that it's not true, and things make you cry. It's weird, huh?
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much, Oliver and Sergi.